My name is Clarence Eziokwu Washington, Reverend Baba Clarence Eziokwu Washington. Currently we're providing services to the community, educational, technology, and cultural services to the community. That's what we've been doing for the past 15 years. It's basically been focusing on the first initial effort was bringing technology to the community, which was back in about 1995. And that morphed into bringing basic literacy to the community, and that morphed into providing services, education tutorial services for 122 different school districts ranging from San Diego all the way to Sacramento. One of my biggest concerns is the loss of culture and then the disconnect from culture. And so we try to, when folks come to this office, they'll see who we are, what we're about, and maintaining a certain amount of pride that should be reflected in any individual. And we are grounded in significant contributions to history. Our children should see it, and we should always stay connected to it. So part of my sojourn is to maintain a certain amount of awareness and presentation to who we are as people. And then by mirroring that, and the name Eziokwu was given to me when I was in Nigeria. It means truth, and I was ordained as a minister, and that used the name Reverend Eziokwu was the name. So that shows the connection to the naming, the rituals, the honoring of the ancestors. I was in Ghana in school as an Akan high priest with the name Nana Kofi Boateng. And that also dealing with spirituality, and that's something that, and honoring the ancestors of things that we have that we should always pay tribute to, those who came before us and whose shoulders we're standing on. And the Ashanti, the Khan actually give honor to the ancestors. So that's something I think we should always think about. We do it passingly, but not knowing the enriched enculturation we have about honoring ancestors. So it's something we need to become more emboldened in, and bringing those traditions and rituals to our children and their children. How do you feel that you can contribute to society to make it much improved for those who come after you? That's one of our primary obligations. So those who come after me will have a sense of a footprint that they could look at and say, well, this is the direction we should take in, and seeking purpose. My purpose is moving, and it's in parallel with a spiritual and social purpose and cultural purpose, and all that's wound and wrapped into who I am, what I reflect, and what I try to generate, and let folks know this is what we should be about. Well, let's start with the biggest concern I have, that is the cultural disconnect. I just see, given my age, I'm in my 70s now, that there is a huge disconnect from where we were, where we came to, and where we're progressing to. I see it reflecting on attitudes. I see it reflected in association and pride or lack of pride that's generated in my community in terms of who we represent and who we are, rather than trying to integrate and emulate a Eurocentric mindset and behavior rather than Afrocentric behavior. That's one of my concerns. And also, the second largest would be the education component. We see that there's an abyss. There are fewer college graduates. We find that the high school dropout rate has been at 52%. A lot of folks don't see themselves of value because they aren't included in the curriculum. So our premise here is to show, yes, we speak from an educational standpoint, historical point. If I'm going to teach you math, I will show you that how math originated out of Africa, and the design was mathematics, and who were the authors of that. I tell folks too, it's not getting an education, getting a degree, and getting a job. It's the notion of philosophy of getting education and then creating the job. And that's where the thought mindset has to be. Well, you know, it feels good, you know, the fact that folks took the time out to even think about me in terms of what I'm trying to do. I'm not looking for recognition, and I think it's an obligation. So I feel good about someone, I believe the young lady, my thing is always know thyself. If I can wrap my arms around Queen Hatshepsut, and her contribution to humanity was know thyself. And I just say to the audience, know yourself, embrace yourself, and love yourself. And I would say Mayat Hotep. Thank you.